channeling the power of the mole ninja. But I'm missing something. Now, we are ready to begin. Greetings, I'm Shad, and if you've seen any type of content on my YouTube channel, you might understand that I am a big sword enthusiast. I love everything about them, and I love learning how to use them properly, from historical sources as well as my own experimentation. The thing is, the path to true sword enthusiasm can traverse many different areas, one more common than the others, which is what we're going to be exploring in this video. And yes, we are going to be exploring the mythical, the legendary mole ninja. Now, the first thing, some of us, if you're a sword enthusiast, there's a very good chance that you might have actually trod the path of a mole ninja. And I'll put up my hands, yes! I have been a mole ninja in the past, and so we shouldn't always look down on it, because it is an area that many of us need to pass through before we advance beyond it. And there's a couple of things that help you advance, like evolve, achieve a higher level from mole ninja to true sword enthusiasm. And some of those things are, one, learning actual martial arts, not just claiming you know how to do them. Actually go to a martial arts club, and instead of posing, you learn how to do it properly, and it could be anything. Classic, good, effective martial arts, HEMA, lots of things. So that's one important thing that I hope you get there. The other one is also losing your virginity. Probably a virgin if you're a mole ninja. I'm married, I have 5 kids, okay, I'm well and truly advanced past that. The thing is though, where does mole ninjaing come from? And what is it? You might be wondering, are you familiar with the legendary mole ninja? When you might have been off partying and stuff. Well, while you were off partying, these men were studying the blade. And so it begins first with the concept of the mole cop. And the mole cop were generally people who, security guards, that take their job very seriously, and they will patrol those malls armed to the teeth, okay? Tactical vests and weapons, everything, as the people who probably take it a little bit too far. And once the idea of the mole cop became cemented in everyone's mind, where it's like, you're not really a cop, you're kind of a fake cop, but you're posing as a cop, but it's, nice to try. Well, this is where the idea of the mole ninja comes from. And the thing is, there's a hard reality that everyone needs to accept. And it's basically, if you pose as any type of ninja at all, and when I say ninja, headband, masks, shuriken, definitely, that type of ninja that you're thinking of, even like, oh, if I'm really good at it and I train it and I study ninjutsu, it's not what real ninjas were like. Yeah, they're very different, all right? But they had a dedicated sword. That if you're ninja, you just used a straight sword. Come off it. Right, anyway, so that's the thing. If you've got a ninja toe,
Shad, if the mole ninjas find out where you live, you gotta move.
I'll better move.
You gotta move.
There are levels of mole ninjaing. I will acknowledge that, okay? But even I myself have done some videos on what the real ninja was like, and again, great resources is Anthony Cummins. So there is this, but granted, there are martial artists who are far more serious and dedicated to it, who are they're less mole ninja than the true mole ninja. To be a true mole ninja, usually you don't have much experience in any types of effective martial arts. Though an argument can be said is like, how effective are some martial arts? They're also usually very unfamiliar with any type of movement or physical exercise. So that's another good sign of mole ninjaing, just their general physicality, okay? Can they do what they need to do? Now, I have traversed the realms of mole ninjaing, but some people might accuse me of being a mole ninja. I have been one in the past, I admit. But no, I've also studied actual martial arts. If you need any evidence of it, ask Oz about my headlock.
My neck still hurts. And so does my heart.
Look, there's videos of me actually engaging in serious sparring and stuff like that. And anyway, but also, definitely not a virgin. There is an important caveat that should be mentioned when looking at mall ninja weapons, and it's that a lot of these mall ninja weapons are actually trying to reflect a lot of the designs that might come up in fantasy. And in fantasy, there are some very wacky designs, sometimes really impractical, but also there are instances where some of these impractical designs are justified from the context of the fantasy world itself, like magic and other things like that might justify different weapon designs. And so if you have a weapon that is like a super cutting weapon on every single edge, regardless of if it has these weird shapes or spikes on the blade and everything, and if it's made out of a magical light material, you can get away with really eccentric, exaggerated designs, similar to some of the designs that we see in Mall Ninja ones, and they would be functional in that world. But when you make it in the real world and people make replicas, they're nowhere near as functional. But because it's got the cool factor, people then pick it up without understanding the true effectiveness and the proper design the sword's supposed to have to be functional, and they just think it's awesome and they pose for it, and you get the cringe factor as well. And so a good example is, say, the Stormlight Archive swords, the Shad blades. The Shad blades are often very exaggerated, flamboyant designs, but they're magical weapons, and nearly every edge on it can cut regardless if it's got spikes and everything. It's not going to get caught on material and everything. And it's a good example of over-the-top designs that are logically validated in the world because of the fantasy. I also kind of do that in my own book, Shadow of the Conqueror, because the swords are magical swords. They're called sonicals, and that can justify strange and flamboyant designs as well. So, we understand the concepts of a mall ninja, where it comes from, it's kind of someone posing and everything, but then there are certain weapons that you can definitely see that are mall ninja-like weapons. And as a sign of my mall ninja past, well, guess what? I have kept some of the legacy still. The legacy is I still have some of those items with me. Let me show you a classic example of what is definitely a mall ninja weapon. This right here, I wonder if you've seen it before. Like some of the crappiest wall-hanging, overly designed, purely just for aesthetic kind of things, where this is such a classic mall ninja sword. And it was one of the first swords I ever bought. Look, I was young, okay? And I wanted to study the blade, because all my friends are off partying. And so, a couple of, like, this is just a horrid thing. Stainless steel sword, very, very blunt, barely an edge on it. And so this is 440 stainless steel, all right? Overly designed and awkward to hold because you have this thing kind of, so when you have something that is just, they think it's cool, yet its functionality is just garbage, and it's just mainly just look cool. Because it's all about posing, you just want to look cool. And so another sign of mall ninjaing, posing, trying to, like, one, usually poor kind of LARPing of cooler characters in anime and stuff, definitely anime. And making bad poses where they think they look tough, definitely a sign of mall ninja. And so, yeah, look at this thing. It's like, oh, knife in the thing with the knife nearly coming loose as well. It's so cool, it's got like shuriken hairpins in it.
So when did you buy that tremendous piece of crap?
Oh, this was a good long time ago. Like, I must have been, I don't know, 12 or something. But it is a glorious piece of crap. And mall ninja weapon here, but there are even grander examples of mall ninjaing. So tell me, have you ever been, did you pass through the time of mall ninjaing on your way to being a weapons enthusiast? Are you a mall ninja now? And if you are, don't worry. People like me are here to help you to move on. It's sometimes a necessary step, but it's good to move on past it. Okay, get over the cringe, you know, get a girlfriend, get married and stuff. And become a true sword enthusiast. Thanks for visiting the Shadlands, the place to find quick and easy to watch sword-related content. This video was a supercut or clip from a larger Shadiversity video. If you'd like to see the full-length video, please click on the provided links, and I hope to see you in the future.